and you suddenly feel that everybody is moving ahead while you are behind. And you start asking yourself, or you start wondering, has life forgotten about me? Let's talk about the frustration, the anger. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Bright Hearts with Mom, a podcast where we talk about the raw and unfiltered realities of life. I'm your beautiful host, Afolabi Ibukun Ilemubayo. Before I get right into today's conversation, I would like to ask you all, hope you have watched our previous episode where I talked about the silent battles of our 20s. If you haven't watched this particular video, I would advise you to go back and watch it. Thank you. Today we'll be talking about constantly feeling behind in life and how to cope. Now, have you suddenly woke up and you feel everyone is ahead of you? Your classmates just bought a new car, or your friends, they are getting married, they are getting engaged, while you feel stuck. And you suddenly feel that everybody is moving ahead while you are behind. And you start asking yourself, or you start wondering, has life forgotten about me? Let's talk about the frustration, the anger of constantly feeling behind. Let's get right into it. Now, let's talk about the roots of this feeling. Now, let's talk about the causes. Why are we experiencing this kind of feeling? Now, number one, we have social media versus real life. In 5 minutes, when you open your TikTok or your Instagram, I said this in my previous video where I talked about the silent battles of our 20s. I said, you just open your TikTok or your Instagram and you see maybe your classmates who just got engaged. Or you see someone who just say, oh, I just got my visa stamped. Or you see someone who just bought a new house and you keep wondering, how did I get there? Am I actually moving forward? Is my life moving the way these people are moving? Why do I feel stuck? Now, we are not seeing their silent battles, we are not seeing the struggles, or we are not seeing what they had to do before they got to where they are. But we are seeing the social media or paparazzi, we are feeling like we are stuck and left behind. Now, let's talk about family and societal pressure. Now, especially in Nigeria, if you're not doing something at a certain age, maybe you should be married by now and you're not married, there is a problem. Maybe you should be working in a prestigious organization and you're not doing that, you're not working there at that particular time, there is problem. And all these expectations make us feel like the clock is ticking, whereas we're not even moving forward. We feel stuck and we feel like there is no time. Time is not on our side. Now let's move on to the age milestone. Now I feel like when we are still younger, we planned out our lives. We are always saying, oh, when I finish my secondary school, maybe at the age of 15 or 16, I'll get into the university, I'll finish by 20, and by 22, I'll get married. Like, we have our whole life planned out. And by the time jam us, we understand that life is not a movie. Yeah, life is not a movie. We have set ourselves to a certain age that when we are not getting all these things, we feel like we are behind. Especially when we see people moving forward. We feel like we are behind and we're not getting things done. We tell ourselves by 25, I should be married. By 30, I should own a house. We are forgetting something, that life doesn't work according to how we plan it in some cases. And that is fine, and it doesn't mean failure because we are still getting there. And now let's talk about the cultural pressure. The when will you get married? They're always asking you, what are the plans? Are you not going to get married? And you constantly feel that, am I worth attached to visible growth or visible achievement? And you feel stuck. You feel you haven't really achieved anything and you're draining yourself. Now, let's talk about what being behind actually feels like. We have on the list, we have the constant comparison. You're constantly measuring yourself against people, even strangers. You start calculating people's age. Maybe, for instance, you see maybe your junior while you're in secondary school who just got a new car, and you start comparing or calculating the person's age, and you say, oh, this person is actually maybe 21 and the person already bought a car, whereas you're 25 and you don't even have a car. And you start to wonder, how did they get there while you're still here? Like how? The second on the list, we have shame, frustration, and guilt. This is where shame creeps in and you start to feel, oh, I have wasted so much time and opportunity. Or you start to ignore your friends, you stop going out with them because you feel you don't even have good news to share. We also have feeling invisible and unnoticed. You start to wonder and you start to feel that life is moving around you, but it's not even moving with you at all. You feel like you're not even noticed. People are succeeding around you, and you start to wonder, are people seeing that I am actually putting in my best, or I am even trying to work hard and pursue or achieve things like the way others are actually doing? We also have silent envy of others. You celebrate with people, but it still stinks in your heart. That doesn't make you a bad person. It just feels that you're overwhelmed. I feel like everybody go through this when you actually are not getting what you want and you see others getting it. You're happy for them, you're celebrating them, but still you have a pain, a sharp pain that you're feeling in your heart. That doesn't mean you're not a good person. That doesn't mean you wish them bad. It just means you're human and you're feeling overwhelmed. Let's talk about why it is not your fault. Now, I feel like everybody is just trying to survive. Yeah, you heard me. Everybody is just trying to survive. I am trying to survive. You that you're watching this video, you're trying to survive. So we are all surviving. And all those people that you envy, they have all those people that you try, all those people that you're watching online. I want to tell you that they also have their silent battles. They have their sleepless nights. They have things that they are worried about. Forget the glam and whatever they show online. They are also going through it. And I also want you to have this at the back of your mind. Please, not everyone is going to get married at the age of 25 or at the age of 22. And not everybody is going to relocate. Not everybody is going to have, or not everyone is going to have their first car at the age of 30 or their first car at the age of 25. Slow down. That doesn't mean you're a failure. You're just a work in progress. People post their lives, but we don't see their financial struggles. We don't even see their therapy sessions, and we don't even see the sleepless nights. So do not envy people's life that you do not even see. Now let's talk about the mindset shift to start healing. Now I want you all to redefine what success actually means to you. And I also want you to know that delay isn't denial. If you bought a food for yourself today, it is a win. Celebrate it. If you got through a hard week, that's another win. Celebrate yourself. Remember that sometimes success doesn't scream, it just whispers. So celebrate yourself. Be calm, be gentle, and eventually we are all going to win. Now let's get down to the question I have for you all. And I want you all to leave your answers in the comments. I will be there. Now let's get right into the question. I want you all to write down what being behind looks like for you. I want you to write it down in the comments and I'll be there. I want to know how you feel about this topic and I'll be there to see your comments. So we've come to the end of today's episode and I am so glad that I'm able to share this with you all. And do not forget to like, share, and also subscribe. Now I am Mo and this is Bright Heart with Mo. I'll see you all next time. Bye.